Hello, Painter Nation. Today we are learning about pearl acrylic paint and how to use it. I have made a chart. This is a color chart, and I have put all the colors of my normal palette, most all of them, on one side, and across the top I put, these are different colors, honest to goodness, different colors of pearl paint. So I will actually write in the on top of them what they are, but this is a white, this is yellow, this is red, this is blue, purple, and green. And I have gotten all of those same colors, and we're going to mix them to see what happens. Oh, can you see the colors there? When you turn, they really show up when you turn them on an angle. Look at that. But when you're looking straight at it, you can't tell the colors. And the funny thing is, these are what I bought, and the paint all looks white. If it didn't have these little stickers on here, I wouldn't know what color was in there. I mean, this is just the weirdest paint ever. And so we're going to see how it mixes and what we can do with it with my regular acrylic paint. So let's get that apron on and let's get started. I'm going to use one brush, and this is wide enough to go into those squares. There is a ton of mixing and rinsing and wiping off your brush. This is not a quick little project, but you will learn a ton about color mixing. And I highly recommend that you do this with all the colors that you normally use on your palette. Mix them up to see what you're going to get. And what you would do is you would put all the colors here and all the colors here that you want to check. And how this is going to work is I will take a little bit of the yellow, cad yellow medium, and a little bit of this white pearl, and I will mix it together. I'll put it in that box. Then I will take a little bit of the yellow pearl and the yellow and put it in that box. So every place they come together, like this is the red and this is the yellow, and they will come together right there. And you do that all throughout the entire chart. And the reason there's a lot of rinsing and wiping is because you don't want other paint in your mix. So you need a clean brush every time. For every little square on there, the brush is going to have to be clean. And I don't mean, like scrubbed. I mean, wipe it off, pinch wipe it with a paper towel, rinse it off, wipe it again. It should be good to go. Last little hint before we get started is I just used a mat board and I just gridded it off with a ruler. I didn't measure anything, I just eyeballed it. So don't think it has to be perfect. I made the side where my palette paint is going to go a little larger, and the one across the top where all the pearl paints are going a little larger. But other than that, there was no measuring. Don't spend a ton of time on this. And you can use watercolor paper, cardboard, anything that has either gray or white. And so that's what I did. That's how I got it started. This truly is the only way you're going to know what colors you have can make what other colors you want. We're going to really get started this time. I'm not sure if you can tell. Oh yeah, there's the yellow. I am going to take my brush, just barely touch it in the water and pull it off through the paper towel. Okay, I'm taking a little bit of the yellow, okay, right here, and I'm going to try to get that same amount of the white in pearl. And it's going to go in this box. I didn't mix up a lot of paint there, so I might need to mix a little more paint to see what I actually have. Okay, so I'm wiping it off on a paper towel and rinsing it. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. And then I'm going to wipe it off again. Okay, I'm going to pick up more yellow paint. I have to work in a different spot. Okay, over here. That's got a little more yellow paint in it than what I started off with over here, so that's good. And I'm going to pick up just a little bit. Try to get the same amount. This is the yellow pearl. So let's see what happens there. Okay, so that's going to go in this box. Wipe it off, rinse it, Pinch wipe it again. Now, more yellow. And now we're going to take a little bit of, this is the red pearl. I'm not seeing a lot of difference yet. Again, more yellow. This is the blue pearl. Again, I'm not seeing a lot of difference yet. Here comes CAD red medium. Palette knife, the red over here. And now let's pick up some of the white. Mixing it with a palette knife. Okay, so this goes in this box right here because this is the white and here's the red. You can see the difference between that one and that one. It's not a huge difference, but as it dries, it's also going to have that pearl color to it. If you pick up your color with one point and your other color with the other point, you won't get too much mixing going on. Okay, I have to say, I'm a tad bit disappointed in my colors. There is a slight color shift depending on what I added to it. You can see that, particularly in the dioxazine purple, that they go along, like this was when I added the yellow, and yellow and purple are opposite each other on the color wheel. So when you mix them together, it does what they call grays the color. So this here is a little duller than this one or this one. So this one would have been the red, and so that kind of made it pop. This was the blue, so that made it darker. This is the purple. It made it more like this, but it has a pearlescent look to it. And then this is the green. So as you, like on the lime green, you can see all the variations that you're going to get. The yellow was the least visual. The alizarin crimson was very visual, particularly this one here. Well, they all are very, to me, very different. But you can see what you can get. This is the only way you're going to know what you have. I want to show you a few other color charts. Okay, so this is, again, across the top is one color, and then on the side is another. And so as you mix that, like this is one, and then as you mix this one and this one, you put it here. It's the very same setup, but you'll find, like when you mix the purple with these, like yellow, you're gonna get this very dark brownish color. Here is still a purple, but it's very dark and dull with the red, and that's gonna give it more of a violet look. So when I get new colors, I want to see how they're going to play with my normal colors. Now this is another way that I did it. I don't like this as well, but you can see this is burnt umber. This is Hansa Yellow. I added Hansa Yellow. I bought a tube of that and I thought, well, I want to see what it does with all of my other paints. So this was with it with black. Black and yellow make a beautiful green. And so there you go. These are just mixed up and slopped on there. So as long as you mark them and know what you have, you don't have to be as precise maybe as I was on that. But I like these better because they're mixed up better. This one here, these just show a lot of the the brush strokes and stuff, which doesn't, it's just not something I'm crazy about. I do these a lot. If I want to mix, these are primary colors. Okay, so here's yellow, uh, blue, and red. And the opposite is of red is green. The opposite of blue is orange. The complement of yellow is purple. And so when you mix them together, this is what you get. And then you add some white to it, and you're going to get a little different. Okay, so blue and orange will make a nice gray. Okay, so I play with color a lot. I make my own color wheels. When I'm teaching students, they're making their own color wheels. They're making their own color charts. And so this was, I had an ultramarine blue that had a green base, and then I had an ultramarine blue that had a red shade, and I wanted to see what the differences would be with those. And so it's just, if I need a color, I have all sorts of things I can go back to now and see what the color is. That's how you play in the paint. That's how you learn what colors you have and how to mix paint. And if you'll just do that, yes, it's tedious. Yeah, it is. I used a boatload of paper towels. But that's how you learn what you have on your palette and how to mix things. So it is a great thing for beginners to do. But as you add colors to your palette, again, it's the only way you're going to know what it is you actually have. If you have enjoyed this video, you know what to do. And if you want to learn more about mixing color, I'm going to put something up here. I think it'll go there. And if you'd like to see my art, I will also put a link in the description of my own art and what I have. So anyway, have a great day. Let's paint together soon.